And she's Cheska.
And together we are the Sergi
and
and Cheska Show.
And this is another edition of
A couple of comics, yeah.
This week we got a smaller haul of comics because there wasn't as many books that interested us.
There was Unstoppable Tank Girl.
New 21st Century Tank Girl.
New 21st Century Tank Girl, but we forgot it. He hasn't read it yet either.
Boys don't really read comics. Don't be crazy.
Men.
I'm here for the looks. You chose books, I chose looks. This week we're actually going to talk about An Image First's Wicked and Divine.
Yeah. So we know this has been out for like a while now, but we just picked it up because we're always like, we should get it, but we're cheap.
Yeah, but it was $1, so...
$1.
And now we bought the trade paperback.
Oh yeah, that's coming in, right?
Yeah, that's coming in today. So
exciting.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I would like it that much, but I really did. It's like all twisty and turny.
Basically, this issue just kind of sets up the premise of the world and gives us an idea of what's kind of going on. But while not like straight up being like, oh, well, maybe this is all what it seems, you kind of get the idea is basically that there's like gods on the earth or something.
Yeah, so basically the main characters of the story are reincarnations of what kind of gods?
All kinds of gods.
From all forms
yeah,
of
because we have
mythology.
Amaterasu and Lucifer in this issue, and those are from Western and Eastern cultures.
And what's that one called? Samet?
Samet, yeah, she's Egyptian.
In here, there's like a cult of these gods that everyone goes to, and they're like, oh my god, this is better than sex, and they all just pass out after the sermon.
I think they're kind of like pop stars. I think they're singing. I don't think it was like necessarily.
No, it's like a cult pop star group. They're like pop stars, and they're also their gods. These people worship them.
Which maybe is a metaphor for pop culture society, whatever. But I think it was really interesting, and I definitely think the characters were interesting. So that's why we got the trade paperback, and we're interested in talking about that. Maybe doing a full review after we read that.
Yeah, and the art and the story are great. They're by the same team that brought you
Young Avengers and Marvel.
Which I love. Such a good story. Maybe we'll do a review on the entire Young Avengers things, because we read that. Yeah,
it's great. Anyway, so we recommend it. I would give Wicked and Divine issue 1 4 out of 5 monkeys.
I'd give it 4 out of 5 ancient deities.
I don't know why I said monkeys in the first place. Our second comic for the week is actually Runaways number 2.
Yeah. And we're like such sluts for the first series of the Runaways. We love it. We have all. He actually bought some on his own. He doesn't spend money, so it's good. It's
a really good series. The original series. So it came to me when I was like, oh, they're changing it up. They're putting it in roster. Screw that. I don't want to read it. But then it was Ginger Hayes, a.k.a. Nicole Stevenson.
It's Noelle Stevenson.
Noelle Stevenson. What the my bad. Anyways, I really love her writing on Lumberjanes. So I was very excited to pick up The Runaways. The only actual old Runaways member is Molly.
So before we actually read this, we were like, her-da-dur. We want the original Runaways, her-da-dur.
Yeah.
But being angry nerds. But we got over it once we read it.
Yeah, so I really love that they made Jubilee a lesbian in this one. It's awesome. She's awesome. Pixie's bisexual, and Jubilee is
straight
a
up lesbian.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah, there's nice LGBT representation, which you don't find a lot in Marvel. Zero books leading them, still. But this has them in them. They exist. And they are kind of leading characters. So it's pretty cool. They're a Doom Academy or whatever. Doom Institute.
The Doom Institute for Gifted Youth.
Yes, twisted on Xavier's Institute for Gifted Youth. It shows what Secret Wars could do and the potential, and what fun stories could be told even inside a setting that maybe not everyone really loves, but a lot of people do. In
this story, I actually don't mind Doom God being there because it really adds to it.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, the first one, it was like, I like it, getting to know the characters. I'm like, cool story. But then this second one, I'm like, good story, but pretty messed up, guys.
Yeah, it's very intense, and you get a reveal about the Doom Academy. Surprise, Doom Academy isn't all that great.
Hint, hint, spoiler, spoiler. Battle Royale. Kinda.
It was really good, and I really, I'm really liking all the characters. I didn't have an individual care for any of the characters, really. I like, I know Cloak and Dagger from other comics. I know Jubilee. I know the characters. I know every character in this book. I just don't know them well enough to care about them. But in these 2 issues, I already care about these characters, and I want them to
Yes.
to go. And I want to see their journey on the run.
One of them is already deceased, or at least we think they're deceased. We don't know for 100% sure. And I was like, tears of a rapper. Because I already got invested in that character. Yeah, so I mean, they're really doing some really good stuff with this one, and I'm definitely interested in seeing how it follows up. It's probably one of my favorite stories in Secret Wars right now. I gotta say, I love the art. I especially love the way Jubilee and Pixie are drawn, but the way Molly's drawn, she kind of looks like a goblin. She's kind of a gremlin-esque. So tell me what you guys think. The art doesn't do her justice. Yeah. Runaways gets a... I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. I think it was good, fast-paced, fun comic. I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 Princess Powerful Punches. A book that art does do it justice. The pick of the week, it is... Invader Zim! Starring Recap Kid. The only character in this whole story, Recap Kid, is the best new character. Kid. The design, her backstory, the plot... Crazy. Not just kidding. She's just in the front explaining shit. The plot of Invader Zim is that Zim and Dib have been literally sitting and watching each other since the show ended. Dib has just been waiting. It doesn't say how long, but he says it feels like years. So it's just, and he's just been waiting in his room. I think it's very meta-aware comedy here. I really love the original Invader Zim show, and I think so does Cheska. I love the shit out of it. I went through that high school Gur phase. Everything I had was Gur. My Gur was tattooed on my ass cheek. It's really funny. You definitely hear the characters' voices. When you're reading it, you don't, you hear their voices from the cartoon. And I think they do a better job characterizing Gaz already in this first issue than they do in a lot of episodes, where, she was kind of a one-note joke. She's kind of a more fleshed out character already in one issue of this book, and it's only a few pages. The art is great. The colors are fantastic. Jonan Vasquez does it again. He's not going to be writing the book after a while. He's more of a consulting role here, but he did do the words here. If you loved the TV series, you're going to love this. It's exactly the same. They pulled the series from the television and threw it into a book, and thus this was born. And you just get that nostalgia immediately. You already love the characters, you think it's funny, and it's first issue, sometimes they don't really capture what the essence of the story would be, but it's done. You get it. You understand. Yeah, it definitely makes me excited for the rest of the run. It was a book that I was like, okay, it could be great, or it could be... I believed in it the whole time. The whole time. Always believe. Yeah, so it's a book I'm very excited about. I wonder if it'll keep the pace after Jonah Vasquez leaves the book, but I think it will, because I think that he every interview I've seen, he seems pretty confident in what other people are doing there, and he's a pretty straight up, honest guy. Overall, I think it's very good. I recommend it to any fan of the show, and I don't know if I could recommend it to a person who's not a fan of the show. Yeah, if you hated the show, then you're gonna hate this, but you're wrong. But if you haven't watched the show, maybe go watch it on the internet for $0 or something. I'm not suggesting anything. If you enjoyed it, this is a great ongoing, and Oni Press has very nice paper quality too. I just want to mention their paper is fantastic. Feel it, love it, rub it against your body. Oni Press doesn't do a lot of monthly issues, but when they do a monthly issue, they put a lot of... they do it right. What should we rate it? For me, I would give Invader Zim 4.5 out of 5 mooses in a room. I give it 4.5 cupcakes! Gotta make room for the cupcakes! Yeah! So that was this week's comics. If you could leave us a like, comment, subscribe, or whatever that stuff is, or not, you could follow us on our social medias, in the box of information. You could do all sorts of things. You could send me money. I don't know how. Find out where I live and then send me money. We want to hear from y'all. What comics did you guys read this week? If you liked any of the stuff that were on here, send us a message. Let's chat. Let's be internet BFFs.
Yes, and if there's any indie books or anything that you think we should read, or even Marvel books or DC books, just hit us up, tell us, and maybe we'll do a full review of the series. We'll find it, and we'll check it out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and if you didn't, then we're not friends anymore.
That's it for a couple of comics this week. Bye-bye!
Bye-bye! Stay fresh!
Loser.